Hi, Latinos in Clinical Research. Today we have Victoria Welch here. She is from Texas. Yay, Texas. Uh, we have a clinical research associate, and we wanted to bring her to you today. She had been previously interviewed by Dan when she was starting her clinical research career. And so we just thought it'd be really great to bring her on here and highlight her a little bit. So thank you so much for being here, Victoria.
Absolutely. Thank you. Thank you to Latinos in Clinical Research for having me. I'm excited.
Awesome. Thank you. And for those that maybe haven't seen your previous videos, you want to give a little bit on your background, where you
Yeah,
work?
sure. So I graduated college back in 2017, immediately jumped into clinical research, started out as a study coordinator, did that for a little bit. I knew I wanted to, move up in the realm. So I got experience, did a little volunteering with some senior CRAs in oncology. So I got CRA experience and oncology experience that way. And then, just kept moving forward, did a lot of interviewing, finally hit a CRA1 position, very entry level. Did a lot of co-monitoring for about a year. And then a year ago, I got hired on with ICON as a CRA1 in oncology. So now I'm monitoring like blood cancers and have my own sites now. So it's been a joy, especially learning the remote ways of monitoring.
For sure.
Okay, I have a question.
Okay.
So you say you graduated in 2017. What is your bachelor's on?
So I have a bachelor's in biomedical science, and I was pre-med, geared to go to medical school or some kind of professional school. But at the end of my college career, I was really excited to get out there and work. So, I just kind of did some soul searching within myself and kind of what I wanted to do in the future. And, clinical research is wide open for opportunities. And, it gives you the opportunity to deal with medicine, which I love, right? I love science. I get to help people. I get to be professional. So I really enjoy that part.
That was actually my next question. How did you ended up in research? How did you find out about it?
It's a very good question. And I wish that they would, I wish they would do more, what do you call them? Career fairs and kind of, get younger adults kind of more, let them know about the industry. A lot of people don't know. But I actually had a cousin who knew some CRAs, and she told me that she thought I would be a great fit. And I also did some research on what I could do with my degree.
Awesome.
That's great that you mentioned that too, because that's part of Latinos in clinical research efforts. We're educating the younger populations about it. And yeah, because it's such a great need in that area. And there are so many great professionals out there that they don't really know which path to take. And this industry has so much to offer that it will be a waste not to inform them or expose them to this industry.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I agree. And it's like I said, there's so many different avenues you could go down. You could work at the site level, the sponsor level, CRO, and in those entities, there's several positions. So I always encourage people, go with what your kind of experience and your background is, or where you want to end up. Find that job and shoot for it. Work towards it. So,
Definitely.
Yeah, this industry has it all. Like, I mean, not just in the science part, but let's say, for example, somebody that likes marketing, we have it in research.
Yes.
Somebody that likes PR, we have it in this industry. I mean, it's just so many job opportunities, so many options, so many paths. Like, we basically have it all in this industry.
Sure. And
yes.
I definitely can agree to that. And I want to kind of hone in on your background, right? Where you have on your LinkedIn, right? It's super awesome to access. If you don't have Victoria Welch on your LinkedIn, go and add her. Very great. Actually, you started on research prior to me, and I actually saw your video was the second video I ever saw with Dan, and that's kind of how I got moved forward. I started following you, and then now here we're interviewing, which is pretty interesting. We definitely need to meet up here in Texas for sure. I know we talked about it, and we will do it. But I really want to talk about the Bio Welsh Research Inc., your CEO and founder. Let's talk about that because you are a young female in Texas, and having your own business like that, I think that's amazing. So if you can kind of get into that a little bit.
Yeah, absolutely. So I was I am a very exciting person. I reach for the stars. I have the feeling of if it's there, I can get it, right? So I started out thinking I could do contract work as a CRA first. Come to find out, that's probably not the smartest avenue. I'm not the type of person to fake it till I make it. But, I thought that was kind of an opportunity for me. So that's kind of why I started out with an S Corp, Bio Welch Research to escalate being a contract CRA. But, I could do a lot of different things with it. And I know, Ashley, you and I have talked about starting up a site. That's something that I would really like to do. And now that I kind of have my feet in the water, I'm gaining connections, I'm starting to learn the ropes and like what it takes from start to, finish, seeing drug hit market, just getting the whole big picture. I feel more confident that I could run a clinical research site, which, those are pretty fun and needed, much needed.
Yeah, for sure. Especially, where are you currently located at the moment?
So I go in between College Station, Austin, and Temple.
Mm-hmm.
I don't really have a home yet, but I've got family. I live outside of my parents' house, and their little cabin right now, saving money.
Very smart.
Sky's the limit. I know we talked about the money aspect. When I do jump into owning my own clinical research site, hopefully one day I'll be fully prepared in the financial aspect.
That's so awesome to hear because really, I know that's, could possibly considered, the different pathway to take in regards to that. But I actually think that's the most smartest. I did something very similar before moving to Austin. I made sure that prior to leaving, I actually had no bills behind me whatsoever. So that once I moved to the big city and actually situated myself with the things that I wanted to do, right, I made sure that I didn't have any real things holding me down as opposed to most individuals that are maneuvering into these new endeavors, right? So I think what you're doing is great.
Yeah, and it's a big step. I'm sitting here thinking about it. Do I really want to do that? But I mean, absolutely. I think the biggest part is just gaining the confidence, right? Knowing that you have to go talk to the doctors to see if they want to, be your PIs. I think that would probably be the hardest part, maybe. Getting your documentation, all your SOPs in line. But I don't know. It's definitely a booming industry, and I think if you do want to pick up owning your own site, that you should do it quickly.
Most definitely, and I can agree to that. Like a site is a whole other level. Most definitely a whole other level. But I think Monica, as a site owner, can attest to this, and an owner of many other things, Monica. One of the biggest things I think is the fear of putting yourself out there, not so much of just doing it, but getting out there, putting your face to something officially. And that's personally why, I do what I have, right? But I'm still kind of dealing with that. I don't have not out there, virtually marketing myself, at least on my side businesses. I'm kind of more on the back end and taking the referrals and clients as they come. But yeah, it's definitely a step-by-step basis, but I think you're definitely on the right track, and it's awesome to kind of be here interviewing you and seeing your first initial steps when you came out of, I think it was fast track, correct? Came out of fast track and you were very excited. You were like, I'm ready to go. And I heard your story about, I think you said that you were searching for somebody and then you volunteered at some I think you call it tech something, some research site.
Tecton. Yeah,
Tecton, there you go.
Tecton Clinical Research. It's a wonderful site out of
Yeah.
Austin.
Yeah. And I remember you saying how you went about that. And I said, you know what? I need to be able to do something similar. I need to be able to kind of put myself out there to make this happen for me if you could do it. Because it really motivated me that you were in the same location and that you made it happen for you. So, thank you for that, because now I'm here, right? And it's like it's really great. So, but that's awesome. I think that the fact that you went through the S Corp and really, first out of the gate, tried to, get your feet wet on that aspect. It's really, really good, because I know that most individuals, CRA or RSM or, CRC, everything's just straight in W-2 and all that stuff. And I think the way you went is different and interesting and actually very beneficial, because now you're kind of in the space ready to go to the site if you choose to, right?
Yeah, and you have the knowledge of both of the best. I mean, the best of both worlds, because you have the experience at the site level, and now you have the experience in the sponsor or CRO label. So that's gonna make you even more a stronger candidate for to have a very good site, because
Mm-hmm.
you know what's the importance of both.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. As thank you, just thank you both. I really appreciate the encouragement and the thoughtful words. And I'm sitting here, thinking and reminiscing, and it has been a long run. People ask me how I got here today. Even in my day-to-day job, people see, because my title is still a CRA 1.
Mm-hmm.
I'm hoping to become a CRA 2 within the next month. But, it's been a long haul. But I think that my fundamentals are very strong, and that gives me the confidence and it makes me more relaxed to kind of make that next step. But it does take a lot, and you have to be willing. So
most definitely. And I actually wanted to ask, because I know you reached out to me, right? I have her on Snapchat, and we and messaging, and you're like, hey, I would like to reach out for Latinos in clinical research. And I thought that was amazing, right? Because it's always nice to know that you have individuals that are watching what LICR is doing and want to actually be involved in some way. And I was just curious, how did you come across Latinos in clinical research? What exactly about it stood out to you specifically?
Oh, I'm sorry. What was that last part?
What stood out to you about Latinos in clinical research?
Oh, well, first off, I love Dan. I love you, Ashley, Monica. I know you and I, we've spoke before. I just know that you guys are a very strong group, very, outgoing individual. I love how you post very positive thoughts, and just the Latinos. I thought to myself, well, I want to be a part of their group, and I started looking, and I loved y'all's website, and like I said, your post on LinkedIn, and I just felt like it was all real. It wasn't just a fake advertisement. I felt like the words coming through were real, and I wanted to be a part of such a strong organization. And I know that you guys are newly founded. So I thought this would be a really good time to kind of just join in. And like you're saying, Ashley, I mean, you and I were friends, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, why not keep that connection flowing? And it is important to build relationships like, what we have, or, like what I have with Dan and other people in the industry, because with such a remote operation within the clinical research organization, it's important to keep those relationships strong. And so I'm glad we can do that.
Awesome. Thank you so much. I agree 100% for the network, and very happy to hear that you felt, what we're producing, what we're providing to, whoever's watching comes off very genuine, because that's definitely what we're trying to do, trying to help out as many as we can and really provide great content. So thank you for that. Really appreciate it.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
I even have one of your shirts. I was gonna
Oh,
wear it today, but
awesome.
it's a cutoff. Like, yeah, I love it, right? It's in your background. I mean,
Yeah. I'm
Monica,
actually not wearing
so
mine today. Oh my gosh. First time I'm not wearing it. Actually, you said that and I was like, oh, I'm not wearing my shirt.
I mean, I'm excited for it. You know, I'm excited to see where you go. When I first started, there was like what SOCRA, ACR, is it ACRP? I can't
Yeah.
even think right now.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, and those organizations are so big, so you don't really get to get one-on-one. And just to see other organizations like what you guys are adding to clinical research, I think is so important. I think it's going to build a lot of relationships and connections. And
Definitely. Well,
so,
I
yeah.
mean, we're, Latinos in clinical research is not just for Latinos, right? We're open to all ethnicities and definitely we want to make it available to everybody to learn and to get, free, decent, real good content. And individuals such as yourself, right, that are open and wanting to network and wanting to be a part of like a great group, we're always open to collaborations, finding ways to do things and provide, things to everybody in the industry. So, I mean, just to put it out there, I mean, I'm sure we'd love to find a way to work alongside you and something. I mean, the more the merrier, right? We really want to make sure that we give everybody the opportunity to feel like Latinos in clinical research is also their platform and their organization because it's for everybody, right? And so, yeah.
Yeah, we're working really hard in the behind the scenes to do a
Yeah,
lot of work. Like it's on daily basis.
yeah,
It's becoming bigger than we ever imagined, and it's amazing. But it also requires a lot of work.
a lot of,
So
yeah,
bringing a lot of more people to our organization is I mean
crucial.
it's exactly.
Yeah, most definitely. Yeah. I mean, we have, you know, potential partnerships in the works and we're wanting to bring different viewpoints, right? Because it's us five and we all have very different viewpoints from different backgrounds that we bring. But as we get bigger, and as we work with our ambassadors, we're definitely learning that, the more that we have, the more minds that we have looking at something and addressing something, we can really grow bigger, right? So yeah, I mean, we would love to find a way to work with you.
Yeah, if you think about it, like what you guys are adding, and I'm not sure when you started, but I know that you've come a very long way in a short amount of time.
Mhm.
And if you could see yourself in the future, like what would you want to stand for? What would Latinos in clinical research want to stand for? What would you want to give, to our industry? Because I know personally, I think it'd be really cool to have like a huge clinical research convention, twice a year
Oh, yeah.
and kind of move it around. I'm Lebanese and I'm part of this Lebanese club, if you will, or organization.
Mhm.
And anybody in the United States, we all meet twice a year, and it's a huge party, right? But it gives a time for us to talk about, who we are, where we come from, and if you would tie that in with clinical research, to have a huge convention, just get people more connected. I think that would be really neat.
That would
Yeah,
be
face to
amazing.
face. Yeah.
Yes. And well, that is one of the major projects we have on the list for sure. I mean, we really want to have a convention or like a conference, right? A conference, but um, it all takes a lot of time and planning and manpower, right? So, we're
Absolutely.
yeah, we're really trying to kind of get that solidified as far as, our team officially and then the plans of official planning. We just started really the mid December of last year. So
Wow. Not even a
yeah,
year.
yeah, not even a year. And it's massive.
See
It's
what I'm
gotten so
saying? You
big.
guys,
Yeah.
y'all are all so strong. I mean, it's, when y'all work together, it's going to come together. And,
Yeah.
I'm going to push you all the way.
Thank you. Well,
Thank you.
if you are interested, you don't have to answer now, but if there is something you're interested in doing with us, we'd be happy and open to it. Obviously, and I will say this because more than likely Dan would have said this if he was here. If you are open to doing one for Lebanese in clinical research, right? We are happy and always open to anybody that is wanting to do
Yes.
it to literally pass down the full footprint, really. So if that is something that you are open to, I mean, obviously after this call, we can do that. But yes, so we just want to spread the love and see how many ripples we can start, right? Or create, however you want to put it. But yeah, so thank you so much for that. And it's really great to have you on here today. Seriously, it's been a long time. We should have interviewed you a while back, but things have
No,
been
thank you. I feel like I'm a little tired today. I've been monitoring all day, so I'm probably not as enthusiastic as I could be, but I've been waiting a long time to come on here. I reached out to you guys, said, hey, let me jump in. I want to join the party. So thank you. Thank you for having me. It's always nice to see your faces and talk. And I did miss Dan, wherever he's at.
Yeah. No, we definitely, Dan, he has another meeting at the moment. I mean, literally we're all extended because it's typically all 5 of us, right? But we're very full extended right now. So definitely the next time around, we will all be here, right? Dan, Judy, Chris.
Yes.
For sure, for sure. Monica, do you have any other questions before we wrap it up?
No, I was actually thinking, I mean, it's so much to cover. It's just so much things that we could talk about that it probably will take longer. And when you mentioned that you have a Lebanese background, I was just like, wow, that's just awesome, like really awesome. Uh, and our heart to the Middle Eastern community. I feel very connected.
Oh, sorry, Monica. I think your connection cut off a little bit, but so yeah, we will go ahead. I definitely see us interviewing you again, and maybe even possibly discussing maybe future collaboration, right? To see some way we can work with you. I think that there's potential in maybe incorporating you with LICR if that's something you're interested in, and but yeah, definitely something we'll talk about offline, right? But till next time, thank you so much, Victoria. I really appreciate it. Um, for all those watching, please go follow her. Reach out to her if you have any questions, especially potential CRAs. And we will speak with you all next time. Thank you so much for attending.
Thank you guys.
Bye.
Take care.